Andrew, you should start it.
Ooh, try it.
You want me to start it?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Love You Show. This is Ashley and I'm Andrew. And during this show, we teach you the fundamentals of self-love, self-acceptance, and self-care.
Care.
Good. And typically Ashley would say, Andrew, what are we talking about today?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have her say that.
So, Andrew, what are we talking about today?
Oh, this was so difficult.
I wanted to have Andrew do the introduction.
After a year, right?
After a year, I wanted to see if he knew how to do the introduction because he's always correct.
And I didn't do it right.
But hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Love You Show. This is Ashley, your host, and my co-host, Andrew. And this is a show about where we teach you the fundamentals about self-love, self-care, and self-acceptance. And today's topic is...
We're going to clear up some points from our first three videos about your weight loss journey. And the first thing I want to do, Ashley, is to reframe the topic or the concept behind these series of shows. Because this is not really about your weight loss journey. This is about your journey of health.
Yeah, my journey to health and my journey of wanting to do something to better myself and my life and my career.
Yeah, and I think when people see weight loss journey, it's more compelling.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like that terminology. Because I think part of the reason people struggle and are oscillating is because they're trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a couple things. And by the way, thank you for watching the videos. The response has been really great. And thank you for commenting. A couple things that people want clarity around. And I thought it would be great in this show to talk a little bit more about some of the concepts. And one of the things that people wondered about was you had said in one of the shows that for the first year you had no cravings.
Yeah.
And some people may not know that.
Mm-hmm.
And so can you talk a little bit about that and why?
Cravings, they're just there. They're these sensors that go off telling your body that you want something and that you need something. But realistically, they're just cravings of addiction, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think that one of the things they said is, in a sense, when you got the surgery, they also cut those away.
Yeah, so a part of having the cravings and having the surgery is that the part that they cut out of your stomach is the part that has the two sensors, the part that makes you feel hungry and the part that makes you feel that has the craving. So those two parts are immediately taken out once you have that surgery and you can no longer feel those things. So once you have surgery, you start to learn more about your body and what it needs and what it's feeling. So you have to define what are mental cravings and what is your body saying that it wants. Because your head is so used to eating a certain way that your stomach has a new start and your stomach is not used to the way that you once used to eat. It's like you got to start over. You have a brand new stomach and your stomach is not going to be accepting of all foods that you once used to eat. So it's a huge restart that you have to do mentally and not just physically. So I think understanding what is the cravings your body is asking for, like, is it the sugar? Is the addiction of sugar? Is it the carbonation? Is it the meat? I don't know. There was just so many things that I had to learn about where these cravings were coming from because they were no longer in my stomach. They were just mental.
Yeah.
And if I didn't crave or appetite those cravings, how was my mood going to be set up?
Yeah.
Because this is dealing way out of just cravings. It's now messing with your mood and how you relay food to your emotions.
Yeah.
Because you no longer can lean on food to support you, to bring happiness.
Yeah.
Because the moment you eat something and you swallow it, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts your stomach because your stomach is not used to those foods anymore. So you're honestly going back to eating like a baby, like a newborn that can only have liquids. And then if a month or two later, you're like a couple month old baby where you can have very mushy food, and then you can't bring solids until 3 months later. So it's this huge stretch of time where you're learning about your body, your cravings, your emotional eating, how you can't really waste any space in your body for food that's not going to fuel you or give you the energy you need. You only have such small space to consume the things that you need.
So when you say this is one of the gifts of the surgery,
Yeah.
is that people aren't aware of, is that when you come out of the surgery, you will no longer have a physical craving for food.
No.
However, your mental cravings and those patterns and habits that you had prior to the surgery still exist.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't satisfy them because if you satisfy them, you're in pain.
The surgery makes it harder to cheat on things.
Right.
It makes it very hard for you to want to eat all those things that you loved to eat because it hurts. It doesn't feel good. There's the whole dumping syndrome if you have too much sugar. Like I remember the first time I had ice cream when I had surgery, and it was the worst feeling of fatigued, tired, nauseous. It was just not fun, and that feeling taught me not to do that again.
Until you did it again.
Until I did it again,
And
but
then you had to learn again.
I think yeah, I had
Yeah.
to learn a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it made me realize that I really don't. There's a threshold of how much sugar I can have, and I don't want to push that boundary, or I'm gonna get sick. So it's really understanding why I did this and what my body will do if I don't treat it the right way, and how I really need my body to help me perform throughout the day. So it's very serious about what I eat and how I treat it.
Yeah, so the gift then of the surgery is now it is disciplining you post surgery to think about food differently, to think about quantity differently, to really look at what you're putting in your body and what works and what doesn't work, to make mistakes,
Yeah.
to learn by those mistakes, to make them again, to learn by those mistakes again. And the hope is after a year, because after a year the mental cravings the physical cravings start to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your job then is to learn enough about you and your choices and your eating and what you can eat so that when the year is over, you're prepared to be on your own.
Yeah.
Because I think of the surgery, Ashley, as this system
Mm-hmm.
that's supporting you,
Yeah.
but after a year, the system is gone.
After every year, I feel like the system gets less,
Less.
and less
Yeah,
and less. So
yeah.
right now, we're on my 5th year,
Yeah.
and it's been a learning experience. A lot of plateauing, a lot of going backwards,
Mm-hmm.
and then being able to learn and come back. And I think this is still my lowest that I've been, and it's been a lot of learning about just eating.
So I wanted to cover this topic really in depth because there were so many questions that people didn't know. So I'd like to stop here and then pick it up next week, and we'll address a couple of the issues that people wanted us to speak more about.
Yep.
Okay? So
Thank you everyone for watching this week's Love You show. We can't wait to see you back here next week. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye.
what am I going to say, Andrew?
How much time?
Yeah.
How much time?
Hi, welcome. I'm Andrew, and this is Ashley, and this is the... No.